The yogic science and technology, principles and skill sets are incredibly effective to be able to optimize your system to perform in the way that it's actually built to perform. Under pressure, in the most challenging times, not only do you survive, but you thrive with enjoyment and with clarity. Join us to learn some of these simple and effective tools. Thank you, Saja, so much for that beautiful experience. And so I was like, are you teaching on Tuesday now? It's not Monday. I've just not. No?
I'm teaching on Monday.
You are?
Yeah.
What time is it? It's 5. Next Monday.
Every other
Every other Monday.
Monday.
Okay. Saja has been the co-creator of something we've wanted to do for a long time called Rama Recovery. And Saja does a million other things, so this is just one little thing. But we now on Rama TV and in our global community have this opportunity to come together in a space of yogic practice and recovery. So it's been really beautiful for our community, and as all communities and all people on this planet, the amount of overdoses are up by something like 700%. I was watching or reading somewhere. I'm not sure if that's across the globe, but certainly in America.
New York Times posted like 88,000 since COVID.
In New York City.
I think globally.
Really?
88,000. So just since COVID.
Huh. I think that's low. That's really low. Yeah, people. I was reading something where they were basically putting it like the people who are dying of overdoses is up by like 700% or something. It's rough times on planet Earth, and we're lucky to have community and have recovery and just have a space to grow and evolve together. So this is a new part of what we're doing, and as I said yesterday, some of you are here. We've always worked with the active service member and veteran population because because of McCall Vega and his great work, and now Saja and her great work, and she's doing a million things. What's your company called that you're?
Recovery Organization Resources.
Recovery Organization
Their
Resources.
tagline is Disrupt the Narrative of Addiction.
Disrupt the narrative of addiction. So they're working, very deeply in this realm, and using meditation and Kundalini Yoga technology and all of the other tools to help people to know that they can help themselves and they can change, which is really important. Something I was watching. The film that Mundev and Jyoti Surprem just got third place in the Paris Film Festival for, which I wasn't supposed to say anything, but I'm going to anyways, here live on Rama TV and my YouTube channel. Just tell me your secrets. I'll keep them very, very well. Anyways, they've put their films out and their film out to a bunch of different film festivals, so we expect more. But I was watching it last night, and there's Hadi Jivan's talking, kind of narrating in the film, and he says something which is just important and so simple, but most of the models that we've had in the Piscean age don't really give us this message, which is that not only can you shift things or feel better or, be able to kind of live with whatever you've been through or whatever your past is or what's been troubling you or however you've been suffering or your trauma or your whatever, but you can completely change and you can live a very meaningful and very powerful and very integral life. And so it's not just that you are kind of limping along, trying to fix one little thing at a time. We have a technology where you literally in one breath can completely transform, and many of us have experienced that. And so it's really, you become, Saja and all of you become an example of that. And I feel that that's more important than ever right now on the planet, because people are looking for hope. People are looking for, hope that other human beings can not just survive, but thrive in very complex and very pressurized times. And so you become an example of that. And it's really important. People need examples. I mean, some of the people that I was talking to last night, it was just, they've, and I've heard this a lot, and it's nice to hear because I also get, the polarity of that. But that some of the work that I've been doing in the interviews and the things I've been doing on my talk show and all of this Rama kind of programming in the past year has basically kept people alive in terms of feeling like they're not just alone and they're not crazy and they're not, maybe some of the things that they're thinking are also other people may be considering those things. And there are people who are interested in, kind of having sovereignty of mind and body, and not just kind of the zombie apocalypse. So, good job, everyone. So we're happy to be here and happy to be here in community and happy to be celebrating with each other and to be honoring all that has been before us and continues to be in this odd little narrative of human civilization on planet Earth. So we're going to do some kind of work with what we call the memory gland on Memorial Day, because one of the things that's odd about these times is that how people remember what's going on or what has gone on is very different. This is also some of the issues we have in relationship, and why it's just not a good idea that why fight with someone you love about who remembers what happened in that situation, and who's right about it, because everyone has a very different perspective about what actually has happened, and now that's a kind of a growing thing. I mean, this whole Mandela effect thing is quite fascinating if you want to go down the rabbit hole. But people are kind of remembering both their own personal history very different and our collective history very different. And there could be a lot of different reasons for that. But what we do know as yogic scientists is that the memory is something that you can work with consciously, and you can make it work for you rather than be kind of a haunted house of your past experiences and your fears and your phobias and the things that are rattling about, kind of haunting you. Just a sane person, this is what we know. A sane person in kind of planet Earth, we'll call it, on this planet, has 13 ghosts of their subconscious that haunt them. And those look in a lot of different ways. And these are some of the kind of fundamentals of why people look to something besides just, some sort of substance or some sort of other thing, because these ghosts that are rattling around in our subconscious are quite pressurizing and disturbing. And a sane person has 13 of them. It's a lot of haunting. And so what we just got off of this training called parapsychology. And this is part of the technology of Kundalini Yoga. What we know is that if you start to have a conscious command of the subconscious mind, you can actually kind of de-animate some of those ghosts of the subconscious. And then some of the ways that you either actually experienced your childhood or different traumatic events, or just remember experiencing them that way, because it triggers the same thing in the subconscious mind. It could be that something, and we've had this, I had somebody, she might be here, I think she lives on the East Coast, so if you are, I'm telling your story. But we had somebody talking about, the dad was a big mob boss and was, killing people, a lot of people. And she couldn't she didn't know if she had actually witnessed a murder or whether basically she had picked up the memory living with the guy. So it was haunting her and destroying her life because she had these very, very kind of graphic memories of these murders. And my point to her was, it really doesn't matter. And oftentimes if you're a sensitive person, which you are, you wouldn't be in this room if you weren't a sensitive person. You pick up memories from your environment that are actually not yours. That's collective consciousness, but also that's the familial and the lineal kind of consciousness. The ancestral consciousness is that you're carrying memories, literally epigenetically, you're carrying them. So in the genome, you're carrying them. You're carrying things that are not yours, that you yourself did not experience in this lifetime. That's pretty intense, and they're proving this now in the genetic sciences and the epigenetic sciences. So, and of course, we've known this for thousands of years. They say 7 generations. We say 7 generations. You're carrying basically the genetic memory of 7 generations. We know that. We talk about it all the time in yogic science. Okay, so some of the things that are rattling around in your subconscious mind, and this is also kind of familial curses. This is why suicide runs in families and other things like this. Is that this stuff, you pick it up and it's not even yours. So you have some sort of ghost that you picked up from the parental or the lineal kind of space, and it's not even yours. Okay, and then you're kind of suffering with it. But that's an extreme example. This woman is an extreme example of something that's happened for all of us, which is that we have some sort of memory or trauma or kind of animation of the paranormal in our subconscious mind that is not ours. And if we're not conscious of it, it can ruin our relationships, our lives. It can make us feel like we're not worthy of the things that we are destined to experience. Therefore, we keep on sabotaging them. We sabotage our relationships. We sabotage our success. We sabotage our enjoyment of the human experience just on a very basic level. And all because of things that didn't even happen to us. then you add on top of it some of the trauma that actually did happen to us. And, then it becomes a heavy load, and you're dragging that around with you and trying to, keep it fresh and have good relationships and change and be different and show up differently and, evolve and all these things. But why don't we do it? This is the kind of 101. Like last night, Tagnam, we sent him out for drinks, and in Mexico, we were on a Mexican Coca-Cola bender. Like me and Jen was like, I wasn't even drinking coffee. I was just like popping a Coke, 7:30 a.m. And we were just going like, it was like, I mean, why is it that it's like, oh, it's fine. I don't know. You have it like justified. It's like, it's real sugar. It's like in America, real sugar, you don't drink, you don't have sugar. It's just not high fructose corn syrup. Anyway, so Tagnam went to the store still kind of in our, kind of Mexican like vibes. And he came home with like a bag of beverages. And I was like, me and Joanna were like, we'd like sparkling water. And then he must have just not heard it. And he came home and it was just like Coca-Colas, ginger ales, whatever. And so I was like, I really wanted, sparkling beverage. He puts them out of the thing, and I was like, I can't have this. It's high fructose corn syrup. I mean, I can't drink this. And everyone kind of goes, and goes back to their work. And then you just hear, and I'm like downing the ginger ale. It took me about 0.2 seconds of just I was abhorred. I couldn't have that fructose corn syrup. And then I was just popping the lid and going for it. Why does that happen? Why can't we, not do it, right? Well, it's a subconscious thing. That's why we have to deal with our subconscious. So I want to work a little bit with your memory, but what I want you to get from this is you can change your memories. You don't even know if your memories are yours. If there's a memory that's haunting you about a past relationship, are you sure it happened that way? We don't even know. If there's something that we don't. And if you ask the other person who was involved or people, they will have a very different story. I mean, the story that my parents have about, what happened in their relationship is it's hilarious. It's like they were not in the same place at the same time. And there's no possible way that they were both that they're talking about the relationship that they had with each other. I mean, so then you kind of can start to understand that you can change the memories as per your will, meaning if there's something that's really bothering you, you can change it. And when you change it, then you change it for the 7 generations in front of you. And that thing's not going to be passed on. And many of us, I mean, this isn't always the case, but many of us have to take a stand against these generational curses and generational type of things. We have to make a difference because we don't want it to keep on going. And if you look at the statistics of the abuse and the addiction and suicide and all of these things, depression, all of these kind of things that happen here on planet Earth that are very hard and very hard to kind of get through and heal from, they're generational. They generation to generation to generation to generation. This is how it goes. So I'd like to work a little bit on this kind of generational epigenetic memory trauma grid a little this morning, and then we'll have some bagels. After all good, deep parapsychological work, you need carbohydrates, okay? That is a fact. Okay, bring the palms together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Okay. I personally am going to be working on eradicating the memory of the dripping Vagisil in the shower at the Airbnb. I think I've been enlightened because I didn't leave right then and there. But I did take almost like I was like on my phone looking at pictures of hotels. I was like, it's so clean there. I'm leaving. I'm really going to a hotel today. But I did make it through the night, which I do think I'm, enlightened now. Okay, let's do some cat-cow. I feel very mentally strong. It's because of this this meditation we're going to do. Exhale, pull the navel to the spine arch. Inhale. And exhale and press back, forehead to the ground. And inhale and come all the way up. And thumbs inside. Hi, Lizzie. Thumbs inside the fists. Let's do some fists of anger. And I was saying this last night. This is a time to get angry. The rest of the time is not a time to get angry. So that's the point here. So if you start to really get angry here, you're going to be able to not get so angry in other situations that would be not as effective to get angry in. You get me? Okay, so try it. Really get angry, get upset, get emotional, whatever you need. Interlace the fingers, inhale. Expand, now become very light, very open, bright. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. And exhale. Okay, excellent. So So we'll do the Fist of Anger, Addiction Meditation, and this Ard Kachri Kriya, 3 minutes of each. I think it's a little 9-minute series. It's quite effective for your mental health and your subconscious memories. Okay, thumbs in here. Fingers in here to the pads of the palms, thumbs at the temples, 45-degree elbows, squeeze molars, vibrate sa, ta, na, ma. And exhale. Hands come to the lap, right hand over left, thumb tips touch. Open the mouth as much as you can. Put the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. And then eyes are open, looking tip of the nose. And breathe through the nose. It's an odd sensation. This is the Ard Kachri Kriya. The mouth is open as wide as you can open it. And then you breathe through your nose. And 1 to 3 minutes a day, but we're doing 3 minutes. That should be a good dose. Those 9 minutes basically will give you the power to, this sounds simple, but this is important. That will give you the power to not be dragging around your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents' problems, depression, memories, issues, and all sorts of other things. So we're at a time now where it's like, you can't, well, I mean, you're an adult too, but it's amazing to me, 50-year-old people coming up to me saying, oh, my father and my mother. It's like, are you kidding me? But that's what I'm telling you. You have to have enough energy to blow by your parental issues and just be done with it. And then, some of the epigenetic stuff and ancestral stuff, just be done with it so you can live a sovereign life. I mean, they couldn't even live their life, so why are you trying? And you can't even live your life, so why are you trying? But it's subconscious. It's not conscious. You don't want to be doing it. Okay. We're going to do some push-ups. So you can kind of just like diagonal so your legs can go, or you can do a half push-up, but push-up. Okay, so come up onto the front platform pose. Come onto the top of the feet, please. So it's an odd posture. You come onto the top of the feet. You can kind of, yeah, exactly. Okay, now here, this is inhale, and then exhale, come down to the push-up. Inhale up and exhale down. Yeah, exactly. You can come onto your knees if it's better for you, or you don't have the room. But the butt can't be up in the air. You have to make a platform. Pull the butt parallel to the ground, and then do a push-up. The half push-up is just as powerful if you do it right. Good. Push up. Inhale and exhale. And now what does this have to do with memory? Well, you have to have enough, you have to basically pump enough iron, mental, emotional strength to choose the memories you want to have and keep that are actually serving you. Butt parallel to the ground, everybody. That's what a push-up is, not just like on all fours. Just try it a little bit. Inhale up, exhale down. Okay, good. That's enough of that. Come onto your belly and grab your ankles. This is bow pose. Come onto your belly, grab your ankles. Breath of fire here. Inhale, stretch up. Squeeze Mula Bandha. And exhale. Now you can keep the knees bent if you want to, or if you have the room to put the feet down, that's fine too. Press yourself up into Cobra Pose. Hands underneath the shoulders. Stretch the heart. Breath of fire. So if you don't have the room, you can always bend your knees, no problem. And if you do have the room, you can straighten your legs, top of the feet on the ground. Just like old times. We made the capacity like half of what we used to do. Just to give you some perspective. You couldn't even see the floor before. Those days are over. Really stretch. Roll the shoulders down and back. Squeeze Mula Bandha. And exhale. And come all the way up. We'll sit up. You can either bring your legs straight in front of you, or you can come into lotus pose. So lotus pose is where you kind of wrap the feet crossing here in the crevice of the thigh to the torso. Now up, and you're going to drop it down. Lift it up and drop it down. So your legs are either straight in front of you and you're lifting up, or you're in an easy pose, that works too, or you're in a lotus or half lotus pose, up and down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Try to get the feet up off the ground if the feet are straight. Everything comes up. Little wake up. Couple more. Okay, good. Now bring the legs straight out in front if they're not already there. And they're about a foot and a half apart. So they're kind of a little wider, not wide, but just a little wide. Grab your toes or your ankles. Inhale up and exhale down. Bring the chest towards the knees. Inhale up, exhale down. Chest first, then head. Powerful breath. The wider your legs are, it's easier actually to get the chest down there. So that's why we're doing the legs a little wider. So you can fit your six-pack down there. Good. Inhale up. Exhale and stretch down. Hold the breath out. Pull Mula Bandha, rectum, 6 organs, navel. Squeeze. And inhale and come up. Okay, now you're going to bring your hands behind your hips, and you can either bend the knees, put the feet on the ground, or you can have straight legs, depending on how you want to deal with your situation. Okay, now press the pelvis up. This is a back platform or a tabletop. And then you're going to inhale, looking over the left shoulder, exhale, looking over the right shoulder. Inhale left, exhale right. So either straight legs if you have room and you can, or you can bend your knees, no problem. Inhale, exhale. Butts off the ground. Up, 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 up. Things are only going to get worse from here, so now we're going to bring our left leg up 60 degrees. Keep going. Squeeze the butt. Press up. Breathe through the nose. Inhale left, exhale right. And switch legs. Squeeze the butt. Really press up. This posture will give you the strength to run away from the people that messed you up in the first place. Okay, ready? And relax. All right, you did a good job. Okay, come sit on your heels. But I'm joking, but I'm not joking. You gotta, sometimes the kids like to come to class. They're into it. And, sometimes we meet these kids who have, messed up parents. We know because we've been dealing with them for a long time. And they come and they're 5, 6 years old. They've blown by the parental programming. Didn't pick it up at all. And then you have the kids that are just crippled by the parental programming. But it's about strength. You have to have enough strength to just blow by it. And just, these people, everybody's just trying to. And wherever you dropped in the womb, I mean, this shouldn't be the most important thing of your life. It should be somewhat insignificant, actually. You dropped in a womb who could, barely handle you, and now you're off to the races. Now it's you. All right? This is the index finger, left thumb over right. All right, and stretch up, left thumb over right for women, right thumb over left for men. Stretch up, and you're going to pull the sut in navel into the spine, not release it. And if you're pregnant or on your cycle, don't do that, but you can just breathe, meditate with us, okay? Sut, nam, 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 Sat 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 Nam. Inhale. Hold the breath, squeeze the body, squeeze the butt, pull the mula bandha. Exhale. Hold the breath out, squeeze. Inhale. And exhale. Come onto your back for a moment. Just let the energy move through the body. Inhale and exhale. And just bring the See the other soles of the feet together, rub them a little bit, and rock and roll and come up. You can leave as long as it's okay with you, Jillian, we'll leave the lights where they are. Okay, come up. So we're going to deal with these split personalities and all your little creepy crawlies, okay? So please lock your hands interlaced like this, but you're going to put them behind your back. And you're going to have them at the low back, and you're going to sit up tall. Close your eyes. Very calmly and quietly, in a protection mood, find out, I am guiding you and you are just doing it. That's all it is. Find out your radiant body, the 10th body around you. And with this Rake Rakanahad, you are going to sing to the 10th body. We are going to deal now with the split body. Concentrate on your 10th body, your radiant body, and sing to it. Very solid, very still. Sing to your 10th body. If you don't know the words, just open your mouth. Kind of fake it till you make it. Move your tongue. Elbows straighten, shoulders stretch a little bit. Sit very straight.
Saturday.
Keep up. Keep up. Keep up. Put energy in it. Chanting from the navel point. whistle. Use the entire chest cavity, make a powerful whistle. Play the music of life. Participate. That's good. Concentrate and be thoughtless. Life is an instrument. Play the tune. Hear your own tune. Reach perfection. You know, when the American GIs get tired, they can't march. They start whistling songs. It makes the journey easy. Keep stretching your shoulders, and your arms, elbows. Bring the music to the nose. You're going to breathe musically in strokes. It's your own rhythm, but you're breathing musically through the nose in strokes. Inhaling and exhaling in strokes, following the music. Feel like you're still whistling, but through the nose. Concentrate, that will open up the third eye. those who practice breath of fire can do it easily. Those who not are caught. It's practically a breath of fire in a musical terminology. It gives you occult powers. Inhale, stretch the elbows and the arms straight up. Hold, lift your body, lift it with the strength of a cavity to feed every part of the being. Breathe out. Breathe in again. Do your best. You'll enjoy it. It's just a hard thing to do. Let it go. Now inhale again. Deep, deep. Pull the arms and push yourself up, up, up. And relax. The salient features on which your life depends. Life is technically like a piano. Which note you press, you know. Do not live the life. Do not fantasize the life. Do not imagine the life. Play the life. Play it like a piano. Play it like guitar. Play it like violin. But remember, if you don't play your life, nobody will play your life. And if the notes are not harmonious and rhythmic, you are out of tune. There is no fun to be angry. There is no fun to be yelling and screaming. There's no fun to be even expecting anything from somebody. It's not required. Sometimes you get very miserable. You get entangled with people who have no caliber. Life is a perpetual growth. Life is musical notes. Life is a symphony in which everybody's drums play their role. The violins play their role. The piano plays their role. Everybody plays a role. The problem which you have is that you are very single. You do not have support music. You do not have personal music, and you do not have perpetual music. Come on to your back, please. Okay, wonderful work. We'll be serving refreshment on the Zen patio, and we'll just be doing this all week. And people are flaky, so they don't show up for class. So if you want to come to class and it's sold out or you're on the wait list, you should just come. You'll be fine. So we're just going to keep doing this, and we've created a very interesting program that will go throughout the whole week, which is what I always do, but everything kind of leads to the next meditation. I'm here to do a very specific thing in New York, and so each meditation kind of builds on it, and then they also exist unto themselves. So it doesn't matter what you show up for or don't show up for, but there's a pattern. Okay, all right. So we'll be here until Friday. And we're really happy to be here, and thank you for your support. And it's because of you that we have been able to keep this place open, and also our incredible real community person. And his mother was the woman who ran this place. It was a headstone, like a gravestone place for like 50 years. And she was the only woman who ran a business here on the Lower East Side up until, a certain point. But for years, she was the only woman. So she told him when she died, she wanted this place to go to. It sat empty for several years till they found the right people, which was us. So we're really lucky to have them as patrons of Rama. And so we'll just keep going like this and enjoy community and your practice, and say hello and Satnam.
The yogic science and technology, principles, and skill sets are incredibly effective to be able to optimize your system to perform in the way that it's actually built to perform. Under pressure, in the most challenging times, not only do you survive, but you thrive with enjoyment and with clarity. Join us to learn some of these simple and effective tools.
This solstice, we will be, as we have made tradition, celebrating through a Rama festival all night, all day, extravaganza. We'll be live from our Mallorca studio in Spain, here in Los Angeles, live with practitioners and celebrants and amazing teachers. Join us to activate, optimize, and celebrate on the most powerful day of the year, summer solstice.
सिवती कहनांगते अंत न करने देनांगते अंत न वेटन सुनंगते अंत न जापे क्या मन मंगते अंत न जापे किता आकारे अंत न जापे पार लारे अंत करंग तेबल लाए ताके अंत न पाए जाए अंत न जाने कोई बहुत कहिए बहुत होए बड़ा साहेब ऊंचा था ऊंचे ऊपर ऊंचा नाव बड़ा ऊंचा होवे कोई जिस ऊंचे को जाने सोए जय बड़ा आप जाने पर नानक नदीरी कर मीरात अंत न सिवती कहनांगते अंत न करने देनांगते अंत न वेटन सुनंगते अंत न जापे क्या मन मंगते अंत न जापे किता आकारे अंत न जापे पार लारे अंत करंग तेबल लाए ताके अंत न पाए जाए अंत न जाने कोई बहुत कहिए बहुत होए बड़ा साहेब ऊंचा था ऊंचे ऊपर ऊंचा नाव बड़ा ऊंचा होवे कोई जिस ऊंचे को जाने सोए जय बड़ा आप जाने आप नानक नदीरी कर मीरात अंत न सिवती कहनांगते अंत न करने देनांगते अंत न वेटन सुनंगते अंत न जापे क्या मन मंगते अंत न जापे किता आकारे अंत न जापे पार लारे अंत करंग तेबल लाए ताके अंत न पाए जाए अंत न जाने कोई बहुत कहिए बहुत होए बड़ा साहेब ऊंचा था